corresponds to, and then we go. I look for an out around 10 minutes in.
Perfect.
And then usually, like, a lot of these have been like, you know, real time, like mono scenes, but doesn't have to be. It can, but doesn't have to be. So
cool. I was thinking about it today. I was thinking if there's any way to sort of challenge the form or switch it up. And so I don't know. We'll see. I'm sort of really in that mindset now, so we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I've been thinking about it. We'll see. Maybe we'll just be straight up. Who knows? I'm
up for anything. So whatever you want to do, I think that's great. I had a guy the other day. He had another camera, which was interesting. So he had like his phone and the laptop, which was like really interesting. So
who did that?
Yeah, the more that we're doing it, the more like innovations I think people are bringing to it. So I had a guy from Tel Aviv who said, "Don't tell me the suggestion. You just."
Oh yeah, and he guessed it at the end.
Yeah, and then he guessed it.
That's amazing.
He tried to guess what it was at the end, and I was like, "Oh man, dude, I love that idea." So I think however you wanna do this, man. I think.
Cool, man. Let's let it rip.
Ooh, and we're live.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. Here we go.
It's happening. We have, my friend, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So pick a number between 1 and 47.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of suggestions. First of all, thanks for your suggestions, everyone. So sadly, we can only use one. I will say my lucky number 4.
All right, number 4. This comes from Colin. And okay, the word is telomeres, Telomeres. Telomeres. That's our suggestion.
Okay, here we go. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
I've been taking this class. I don't know if you're. So great to see you, first of all. Hey. Thanks for meeting me.
Yeah, great to see you, Doug.
I just felt like I'm taking this class sort of about like broadening my mind, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like broadening my consciousness, sort of, you know?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I've been astral projecting at night.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw you in a projection, and I thought, man, he needs to talk to me. That's why I called you, man. I didn't want to say it all over the phone because it seemed like so much to dump on the phone, but yeah, dude, you okay?
Doug, I can't believe you're saying this.
Yeah.
I do need to talk to you. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I need to talk to you. I can't believe, like, we haven't talked in months.
No.
But there's a couple things if I could just unload. If
do it, man. I'm here for you.
Okay. First off, I haven't really told anybody this, but I got divorced.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because I had a dream, and there was a snake wrapped around a stick, and the stick broke in half. That's got to be your divorce. That's got to be it.
That's it. And what it was is there was too much pressure.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's the tip. Like, that's not even, Doug, if that was all I had to tell you, that would be enough. But there's so much that's been happening, and I haven't been able to tell anybody this. So I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
She took both kids. Now I still see them, but they live with her.
Wow, dude. Wow. It's so weird. That's exactly right, because I had another dream, and there was a bear. There was a big bear standing in front of an empty cave.
That's it.
Dude, that's you.
That's how I feel right now. I feel.
Yeah, dude, yes.
I feel raw and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so if that was it, that would be a ton, right? But
yeah,
that's just the next part of the iceberg. I got laid off from my job.
Oh, dude. I can't believe you just said that. Dude, I can't believe you just said that.
You had a dream.
Yes. There was a river that was running, and then suddenly it ran dry. and there was a guy in a boat. He was just cruising along, and suddenly he's just stuck on top of a rock. Dude, that's you.
That's me. That's exactly what it was.
That's you. It's totally you, dude.
I was just about to tell you, I feel like I've been cruising along in my life for the last 12 years. And that's exactly how I feel. I haven't been able to put it into words, Doug, but how I feel is I've been cruising along and all of a sudden the water just stopped and dried up.
Dude, that's so weird. You know what I think?
What?
I think you got to talk to Mary.
What?
I think you got to go talk to your wife, man. You got to go talk. Trust me on this, man. You got to talk to her.
Okay. This is going to sound freaky, all right?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her in 4 months. We needed our space. Right before I saw you, right before you came into the diner, she called and left a message. So I want to say these are all coincidences, but they're not, man.
No, dude, they're totally not coincidences. They're totally not coincidences, man. This is how the world works, man. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch, man. We like do this, we do that, we turn the dials, we make a pattern, and then suddenly something shakes it up. And then all that's gone, man. It's all gone.
Now, if that was all I was going to tell you, that's a huge iceberg, right? But that's just part of it.
Dude, that would already be amazing and incredible, man.
I sold my house.
What?
Yeah, I sold my house. I sold it. She took the summer home, and it's big enough for the 3 of them. I sold my house. I bought a camper, and I'm driving around the country. After our meeting right here, I'm headed west, and I don't know where I'm going to go, but I know I got to go somewhere.
Whoa. Dude, you're on like a vision quest, man. Yeah, you're totally like going across country. And you know what? You know what you're trying to find, man? Yourself, man. Yourself, man.
Get out of here.
There's no other treasure but you, man. You're on a treasure hunt looking for the most important treasure of all, man. You're looking for the treasure called you.
That's what I feel like. I feel like this is the first time in my life that I can actually focus on me and find out the treasure of me.
Dude, yes. This is the treasure of you, man. And you are a treasure, man. Trust this. You are a treasure. And I don't know what happened between you and Mary. Too much pressure, this, that, whatever. But I know that you're a treasure, man. I don't know. Maybe you just need to shine yourself up and represent yourself.
I know what happened. I know what happened between us. I can tell. I feel like I can tell you because.
Let's cut to that scene. What? Mark, what's going on?
Listen, I just want to say I've been very distant from you, and you've called it, and I've denied it for so long. But you're right. You would be better off without me than you are with me. I'm just not prepared for this, and I'm not living up to my end of the bargain. I promised you I would be your biggest supporter, and I'm not, and I've lost sight of that.
Mark, I know. You're not the man that I married. First of all, I know that my success has been hard for you, right? Because you thought that you would be the successful author, and then I turned out to be the successful author. Now, look, that's it. We just got to do our things, and what happens, happens. And I know that's been hard for you, and I'll be honest, I've been staying with you because I'm worried about you.
Oh, I feel like you should be on your own, and you'd be better off because your energy is focused on me, and I don't deserve it.
I know. I feel like I have 2 or 3 more books in me, but I can't do them because I'm focused on you, Mark.
Let me go. Mary, let me go.
Mark, I'm going to let you go.
Wow.
You're free. You're free, Mark.
I want to say that anytime that you need me, you can find me. But I there's something that's, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I need something, and I can't put my finger on what that is.
If you don't know what it is, Mark, then you don't have a center. You don't know who you are, and you can't be part of us until you're a full you.
You're right. And I don't want to, I feel like, Mary, I feel like I want to apologize to you, but I don't know what I did wrong.
Don't apologize, Mark. The best apology is for you to find yourself, for you to become a full you. That would be the best for me.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love you too. Good luck.
We cut back. Yeah.
Dude, that's a crazy story.
Oh, you think that's a crazy story? You want to know how I told my kids?
Yeah.
We cut to a tree house where his kids are. Hey,
Dad, what's up?
hey, Jalen. Hey, Kelly. Hi, Jalen.
Just a second, Kelly. Oh my God, Kelly's so up my butt right now.
Jalen, listen to me. You're going to miss the time when she's not, okay? You're going to hold on to your sister.
I don't know. That's a hard sell, Dad.
No,
Doesn't seem like it. Kelly, give me a second. I'm talking to Dad. Give me a second.
I just want you to come play with me. Jalen, come play with me.
Kelly, in a second. Dad's got something serious to say. He's got a serious face on.
1 second's over. 1 second's over, Jalen.
Kelly.
Yeah?
You are really driving me 2 shades of crazy right now.
Come on. All right, then I'm going to go. I've got Uno. I go. Oop, I won.
Hey.
Let her win.
Fine.
Let her win. Jalen,
what do you mean let her win? Dad, we have this ongoing game. Now it's like 57 to 56 games. She's so close to almost tying me.
Jalen, listen to me.
I'm listening.
No matter what happens, I'll always be your dad. All right?
Yeah. What's going to happen?
I'm not going to be in the house anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Are you going to live in the garage?
I'm not going to live here anymore. Mom and I sometimes people fall out of love, and sometimes we're getting divorced.
Yeah, I expected that.
You always were smart.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Yeah, what is it, Kelly? I'll play a game of Uno. If you win, you can leave. If I win, you stay with Mom.
Kelly, you can't decide things through Uno. I know that you and I do it, but that's not how grown-ups do it.
Why can't we do
a really
it,
hard,
Jalen?
sad way?
Why can't we?
Because that's not how grown-ups do it. You can't go to court and say, hey, you're guilty. No, let's play some Uno and figure it out. Dad, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be in charge of her?
Well, all I want you to do is love her, okay? And love Mom.
All right. I love you and I love Mom. I just want you to be happy, Dad.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Thank you, Jalen. We'll cut back.
Dude, you're raising those kids right, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're so inside.
You know what? As you were saying that, I had this flash of a mama bird feeding a bird, maybe a mama bird, maybe dad feeding a bird, and that bird looks like maybe it's not going to fly, but then it pushes the daddy bird out of the nest, and that daddy bird flies, man. I just had a flash of that.
That's me.
Dude, you're that bird.
I am so glad that you took my call and decided to come out here with me. Thank you.
Dude, of course. Of course. First of all, I just want to say when you pulled up in that camper, I was like, what the heck? Now I'm like, yes. Totally yes.
You don't judge me. That's why I knew I could talk to you.
Yeah, dude, I totally don't judge you. I accept you for who you are. When I said I was astral projecting, you just said, uh-huh. You're the first one, man. Everyone else has been like, what?
No, Doug, you
It
got
makes us
it.
such great friends, man.
You got a gift. You always had a gift. You got a gift.
Thanks, dude.
Hey, you wanna come see the camper?
Dude, I would love to. I got to get back behind the bar and make some more coffees and stuff. But thanks for coming to see me at work. I appreciate it, man.
Makes sense.
Good luck. Good luck on the treasure hunt, man.
Thanks, Doug.
You're like the Indiana Jones of your soul, man.
Guess what movie I saw last night?
Indiana Jones?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Dude.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Scene. Dude, so fun.
Super fun, man.
Oh, I loved your cuts. I loved like cutting right to it. That was great.
When you were saying it was like a mono scene, I was like, oh, but does it have to be? Like,
No.
And look, I'm an old dog, and I have not done a ton of this online improv, but it just made me think like, oh, how can we switch up? What would I do usually in a 2-person show, or what would I usually do in an ensemble? We would cut to it and see what that scene is. This is very serious too. I thought it was very like heavy duty stuff going on. Very interesting.
Well, I love like it's so interesting because you know they've turned into a lot of these have been mono scenes, but it's not that that's what it has to be. So jumping around, I think, is definitely a fun option. And I did one with this buddy of mine, Craig Euler, and I swear we did like 10 scenes. He was
Oh wow, that's cool.
He was moving all the time, and this to me is like improvising more cinematically because of the camera and the angles. And like I'm interested to find out, would you do your movie format? Do you think you would ever try it on Zoom, because it might lend itself? I don't know if it would
I've definitely been thinking about it, and I've just been trying to figure out like what's the right sort of take on that. Like, is it set the back and wide, and then the whole frame is like the stage? So I just basically do it kind of like the stage version, almost like it is on YouTube. There's a few on YouTube. Or do I do it sort of like this, almost like you did? I thought you had a really interesting innovation where you were playing the dad and Kelly, sort of this sort of like kind of like in a 2-person show. That's sort of what we would do, is like sort of like step out into that third role. So I thought that was really interesting. When I saw you do that, I was like, oh, here we go. This is it. This is something interesting. So I don't know. I've been thinking about it and just haven't sort of cracked the code on it yet, what feels right, because I do feel like it's such a physical form that I don't know if I could do it like this. Although I do feel like there's a part of it when I've been I did a workshop for Nick Armstrong's theater in Denver.
Oh yeah.
And we sort of and it was a movie workshop, and I really sort of was thinking that, oh gosh, you know what this kind of could be? Is it really could be almost like a radio play, where it's like all the different voices, and instead of like the action per se, like narration action, sort of like the shadow knows.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Lamont Cranston came out of his black sedan and strode towards the door. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. I'm sort of really, it's interesting you should say that. I'm definitely thinking about that.
I think it's, this is kind of like creating this from the ground up too. Because
for sure.
I think we're all kind of feeling our way around it and saying like, okay, how do we do it and take the fun parts or the things we like doing on stage, but then adapt it to this format? And like,
yeah,
it reminds me of like the early days, like in the 90s, where you'd go, let's try this thing, and someone have an idea.
Right.
And you're like, all right, let's try. And then you go, okay, that part worked. That didn't work so well, but I like doing that. Let's do this. And I feel like it's kind of a renaissance in a way.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I'm interested to see what sticks after we sort of have the option of going back into theaters. Like, what's going to stick? What are people going to discover that still bears out? Because I don't think that the theater version will ever totally go away, because I think people like getting together in dark rooms and experiencing a communal thing. It's like I said to someone else the other day, that it's sort of like a campfire. It's like very primal to us as humans to gather around the campfire and hear stories or tell stories or whatever. And I don't think that'll ever go away, but I'm interested to see sort of how we're going to scale it on this,
I think, it's almost like you know, when TV came along, like everyone thought, oh, movies, they're done, you know, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
I think it's just another addition to it. And I think you're right. There's always going to be need for live theater, and that's always going to be a part of it. But now it's the forced innovation because of the climate that's happening has
Right.
some really cool stuff is popping up, and also you're able to see things globally that you
Right.
didn't have a chance to see before. So I think there are some really cool stuff happening all around the world using this format that we might have talked about trying it before, but there was never really an incentive. And now it's like,
Right.
okay, now here's the incentive. And I am interested to see the fusion. What can we do? Not
Yeah.
like online or stage, but can we bridge the two and do a show on a stage using this online technology somehow?
Right. I think that'd be really interesting to see. And yeah, I'm interested to see that. I think the thing that really strikes me as being so fascinating about this is that people really are I think understanding in a very visceral way the infrastructure is there for you as an artist, whatever your art might be, improv, whatever. The infrastructure is there for you to reach a global audience.
Yeah.
Like that's really powerful. I think so many people don't recognize that.
Yes.
And we sort of all, I mean, I know for myself too, I'm speaking to myself, of course, but we sort of always look to those same gatekeepers of like, oh, I can get a sitcom or studio deal or whatever. But, you know, there's been enough examples and enough sort of incremental sort of changes. Like, you know, that's broken. Like we can do something else.
I mean, yeah, it's you know, everything is equal now. Everybody's equal. Like Second
Yeah.
City was learning how to do online stuff at the same time we all were. Like any of these big
Oh,
theaters and any of the ones that
frozen
are
up on me.
around. And you're
Hello, you there? You there? Oh
you
no,
there?
I'm losing you.
No, 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 no. Wait. You there? You got it?
I'm here. I mean, I see you now.
I think it's all kind of leveled the playing field. And you look at, there are people all around the world that you no longer have to go, oh, I trained in Chicago. Like you're starting to see some people who are very talented who don't have that connection to those cities, but are still
Right.
as good as people who have that different pedigree.
Right. And I think that, you know, so I'll say one other thing about this is I think that what's interesting is that like all the major outlets, your television networks and your movie theaters, whatever, because production is shut down, they are running out of content.
Yeah.
So like your chance to be seen, to cut through the noise is greater now than ever in its own weird way. I mean, it's like, what are you going to do that cuts through, that's worthy of being watched? Because now you have like, you're competing against like, I mean, when I see commercials now for new shows that are coming out, you're like, well, that was in the trash can. They just pulled that out because they're running out of stuff, you know? It's like they're running out of shows to show you.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like your chance, you're competing against less things sort of in a way, you know? I don't know. Someone's going to cut through. I feel like there's going to be some big breakthrough character of this. It's John Krasinski and his, you know, show that's started on YouTube and then got sold to
The Good
PC
News.
stream or something. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think there's going to be sort of more stories like that are going to be like, I just saw that The Sims are getting a reality show. Like The Sims, like they're not even real people, but whatever, you know? So it's like, you know, I'm interested to see kind of like how it all shakes out. Like when Lonely Girl 15, like cut through, MySpace, maybe was that on MySpace? Or Facebook or whatever. When Lonely Girl 15 like cut through, it was like this thing, like, oh my god! And also people like, oh, it's a viral hit, and digital is like a viable thing, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think you're right. And I think because as artists, you go, well, it's this or nothing. So let's see what we can do on this format.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing where it can go. And I think once you go, okay, this is it. Let's look at what can happen instead of like what it's not. Then it opens up the possibilities.
Right, and like we were talking before we started, I think sort of it's like when the machine is running and the stages are open and people are coming and that's where the audiences are, then everyone sort of goes there. But once all that shuts down, then you sort of take a step out of the time stream and you really look at things a little bit more objectively. You're like, does an improv group have to perform at a theater? does a theater company have to be in a physical location? You know, does a sitcom have to be scripted and performed on a stage? Does a movie have to be blah, blah, blah? You know, it's just like those really sort of basic existential questions about art we can answer in sort of different ways now because we've had a second to take a breath.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I go, again, it's like, what an exciting time. I don't know. Let's see what works. And then let's fail, but no, it's so short-lived that like, all right, that didn't work, but let's try something else. And you get like-minded people around who go like, okay, let's try and make something together. I think exciting things are going to happen. If people, because you're like, you've written, you're one of the guys that wrote the book on improv. Like, you have a great book about improv, and you're a great teacher. If people want to reach out to take a class from you or learn from you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
I would say I'm mostly on Instagram nowadays at What's Up with PV like Paul Vaillancourt. What's Up with PV on Instagram. I post a lot there. And then also they can always check out the the improv tips on YouTube at PV at Paul Vaillancourt, PV Improv on YouTube. That's always a good thing. I'm still posting new ones there. You're doing a tip coming up. I'll plug that, pre-plug it. So that'll be coming up pretty soon. I think between Instagram and YouTube, that's kind of where I'm at mostly now. And anything I'm going to do, I usually sort of launch or promote or sort of talk about on that platform. Like we're doing this tonight, I talked about on that platform to get people to see it and that kind of thing. So that's where people reach me those. And you can DM me there or leave me a comment on a photo or on a video or improv tip, and I always respond.
Those improv tips are great because they're short, but they're so powerful. And you've asked so many, and I'm very honored that you asked. And you've asked a ton of like great people who give within like 3 minutes. It's these concise the tips where it's like, do this and it will round out your game and make it better. And you've had everybody on there, and it's so fun to be able to go back and watch and go, what can I do for object and space work? And it's like, oh, Bill Cott has a tip. It's like, oh, when you're going to grab a broom, make an okay sign and then wrap your fingers around. Like, it's simple things that are so powerful. And each person that is talking, it's like they're talking about the thing that they're passionate about or an expert in, and it comes across. I mean, you had Keckner. I saw a thing about Keckner who, that's a whole nother conversation. It's like Beer Shark Mice and what an impact that group has had on improv. But you've had all those folks, and it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Jay, what I really love about what you said is that when I ask people to do a tip, they're always like, well, what do I do about it? I'm like, whatever you would say to an improviser who's looking for advice, because then it really, like you said, it's that thing that occurs to them that they're passionate about, that they would give that tip about. And I think it's interesting because it's really reflective of the different improvisers that have done it, and it sort of shows something about them. And usually when people do a tip and I look at it and then I think about their work, it's like spot on. It's exactly how their work is, and it really reflects something about them, and it's like really interesting to see that. But yeah, I think people feel like it's a really great resource, and it's something that's always there, basically a shelf full of books that you can always go back to. And most of them are short, but just last year I did a 6-part series about set games for the Herald. Those are a little bit more long form, about a half an hour each. They're a little bit more in depth. So if you're looking for something more instructional per se, those are fairly recent. You can look those up. It's a short sort of set games for the Herald. I think that was a pretty fun, interesting series to do. And there's also a bonus one about the Invocation, my favorite opening.
Oh, it's great, dude. And I will put all this up for everyone who's watching. I'm going to put it up in the description. And
thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough, man. I cannot wait to play with you again. You're the best. Yeah. Thanks so much, Paul.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me. It was super fun. I really was super psyched to be invited. I had a blast. It was fun, as I knew it would be.
Oh, thanks, man. We'll see you soon.
All right, man. Talk to you later.